Hi, I'm Philip Hundl. I'm an attorney with my practice area focusing on representing landowners facing eminent domain or condemnation proceedings. The special commissioner's hearing is the opportunity for the landowner to provide evidence on what they believe the just compensation should be for the landowner. Uh, Talking about the special commissioners hearing, the question from a lot of landowners is, well, what happens? So I made up of kind of the chronology or sequence of what happens at a special commissioners hearing. Now, these special commissioners hearings were, uh, before always in person. Now, many of them are on Zoom. So your special commissioners hearing could be by Zoom or in person. Normally, let's just say these special commissioners hearings on average last 2 to 3 hours. So 9 a.m. to noon, could start at 10, wrap up at noon. I've had them go all day. Um, so, who's all there? Well, the panel of three special commissioners, then you have the parties, and that's we're talking about the condemnor with their legal counsel. So condemnor is the person or the company that pipeline company, power company, city, county who is the one trying to take some property interest of yours, be it fee simple or an easement. Normally, there's going to be a representative of the condemnor there to talk about the project, an engineer possibly to talk more about the details of the project. And then, the condemnor will have their appraiser, expert that was involved with preparing the appraisal that the landowner received with the final offer letter. And that's one of the requirements in the statute. So the expert will be there to talk about how the condemnor came up with their valuation of what they believe is adequate compensation for you for this taking. Then, obviously, you, the landowner, with your legal counsel, have a right to be there. Or if you're just landowner unrepresented, of course, you have a right to be there. Uh, Landowner, oftentimes or sometimes, depending, it's a strategic call on whether you will or won't have an expert there, an appraiser to talk about land value, the valuation that they believe is being taken from your property, and damage to the remainder. Also, you can have, sometimes there's an expert or a land planner expert there, and other potential. If it's helpful for your case, and this is a strategy between you and your legal counsel on who else is, would be helpful to be there. If we're talking about cost to cure, components, how much a fence is going to cost to rebuild, or um, some of the things on the property, or arborist, the damage to certain trees on your property. Those are all people that can also be there to provide evidence. That more or less typical special commissioners hearing is there will be opening statements. Condemnor will make an opening statement, normally, once again, by their legal counsel, the landowner by their legal counsel. So a real quick, brief summary or opening statement of their position in the case, and then the presentation of evidence. Condemnor would go first, put on their witnesses, be it their appraiser talking about their appraisal report, and the engineer, the company representative, any witness that the condemnor presents, the landowner's lawyer can cross-examine him. And there can be back and forth examination by the condemnor, then cross-examination by the landowner's attorney, and then what they call redirect, and then recross. And then also the special commissioners at any time can ask questions as well of the witnesses, and they oftentimes do. So once again, special commissioners hearing is an informal process. The rules of civil procedure are oftentimes not enforced, and so really it's whatever evidence the special commissioners believe they want to hear and have time to hear and would like to hear, and they think that it would be helpful for them. Uh, the landowner then will put on their case and present their evidence uh, in a lot of different ways. It can be through the landowner, him or herself, other witnesses like we talked about, and then other evidence, photos, estimates, quotes for the damage that's going to happen to certain improvements on the property. Um, and then all these various witnesses of the landowner will also be, uh, uh, susceptible to cross examination by the condemnor. So before a special commissioner's hearing, your lawyer will prepare you, landowner, and talk to the witnesses that you all plan on calling as witnesses, and obviously prepare them and make sure that they know what to expect. Once the landowner has presented his evidence or her evidence, there'll just be kind of a summation or closing statements or closing arguments by the attorneys, or once again for condemnor, landowner. Sometimes there's a kind of quote unquote rebuttal by the condemnor. And then still there can be questions by the special commissioner's hearing. Then once, condemnor and landowner have presented their case, gave their brief closings, the special commissioners will recess and they'll deliberate. Landowner, condemnor leave the room, or the special commissioners will, retire to. If it's in a courtroom, they'll go to a jury room. If it's at a hotel, they'll go into another room. Then the special commissioners will announce their award. They'll fill out, a determination of award. Fill out a piece of paper that basically states the award and the amount. We've talked about this before, but the special commissioner's job is just to come up with a dollar amount for the compensation to the landowner. They're not there to rewrite the proposed or rewrite the condemnor's petition, rewrite the proposed easement agreement. None of that. That's not what the special commissioner's role is. Okay. So hopefully this is helpful. Once again, the more information that you have, I think the less stress and anxiety one of these special commissioners hearings will be for a landowner. Once again, with your attorney, prepare, know what to expect. And with that, as always, good luck.